Hello everyone. Today we will be reviewing Karachi Bakery Dubai Kunafa chocolate. Now this chocolate has recently essentially gone trending, especially in the Western audiences. Dubai chocolate as it's known there. It's essentially a chocolate with a stuffing of pista. Now, it is one of the latest things in the trend of hyper-consumerism, something I'm not particularly interested in. I prefer products which have legacy. I prefer products which have something which will change the world for decades to come. That being said, this is made by Karachi Bakery. Karachi Bakery is a legacy bakery based in Hyderabad, and I have tried some of their other products before. I like some of their biscuits, but I don't remember which ones I've had. I've had them nearly 10 years ago now. So I do have high expectations and high hopes for the quality and the flavor of this product. Usually when a new hyper-consumerist product comes into the market, the company which essentially started the trend, they start to reduce the quality of the product in efforts to ramp up the production capacities. Similar to what Stanley Cup did after they became viral, due to the durability and the heat insulation of their cups. They started selling way more cups than they usually do, orders of magnitude more. And these are cups which are not par for the course when it comes to how good the quality people expect from Stanley Cups. Instead of being a cup or an insulated mug rather, which could be used for decades, it became more of a use and throw collectible item. Not even a collectible, I'd say, just a hoarding item. I believe collecting items need to have some sentimental value, a value which can resonate through time, something like a watch or a stamp. That being said, I believe it's time we try this. So it has a stamp here of Cocoatini, Gourmet Confissier. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know French very well, or at all rather. And so let's open this up. Immediately I like the packaging. It is a premium product. This is 260 rupees. It is a premium product, but the packaging does say that, it just shows it is premium. Okay. So now we have the inner sleeve. It's green, which evokes the color of the pista filling, and a placard. Dear chocolate lover, you are holding a slice from the heart of Cocoatini, crafted with silky chocolate, crunchy kunefe, and creamy pistachios. This isn't just a treat, it's a story. Unwrap, bite, bliss. Okay, so this is a multi-layered. So you have chocolate, kunefe, I don't know what kunefe is, and pista. And after seeing such a nice placard, I've become extremely excited to try this. Okay. So inside this, which I assume would be the wrapper, we have another piece of a foil. So let's open this up. Now I can see that this foil isn't as solidly installed as a dairy milk would be, but that's because dairy milk has a mega factory making this. So I will allow a smaller brand to have some slack in this situation. Okay, so now there's a slight issue here where I think it's too soft to break apart cleanly because I don't have a fridge in my hostel. Okay, here we are. Here it is on the inside. It's less green on the inside than the images would lead you to believe. Well, let's try it. All right. So, I've had issues with chocolates from Dubai in the past. I always felt like the chocolate you get in Dubai was always too sweet, or it was a bit milky. It never had enough chocolate flavor to it. I'm glad to say that this doesn't have the same issue. It's still not an extraordinarily high quality of chocolate, like you'd get from a Cadbury Bourneville or like a Smitten. But it is a much better chocolate than I was expecting to get. The chocolate is very soft, and now this is granted, this is not frozen, and but the ambient temperature isn't that hot. In fact, I think the ambient temperature is pretty chilly right now, especially outside. So I did not expect it to be this soft. Perhaps it's a bit too soft, where the chocolate doesn't really add enough to the crunch of it, but I think that's fine because the silkiness of the chocolate and the smoothness and the softness has a really nice balance with the crunchiness on the kunefe and the pista inside. I feel like texturally the ratios might be a bit off. I personally would put a bit more chocolate and a bit less filling because I think how do I say this? Yeah, I think that would be a bit better. I feel like the ratio needs a little bit of tweaking, but otherwise the components in this are all extremely nice. I won't say that I'm mind blown by it. I've had some truly incredible chocolate, and this is not gonna really. It doesn't really suit me the way a Swiss chocolate or like a deep Belgian chocolate would. I prefer simpler chocolate. I like nuts in it, and if nuts, I primarily go for hazelnuts only. Sometimes roast almonds. Other chocolates I feel are a bit extra. There's fruits I don't like. I don't like dry fruits. I don't like gimmicks. I don't like the Cadbury Silk range, except the standard silk, the bubbly, which has an extraordinary texture, and the hazelnut version. And sometimes a roast almond, but I don't think it's necessary for that. I don't think it provides anything that the standard roast almond dairy milk doesn't provide. So the Cadbury Silk range is full of gimmicks. It's just stupid stuff they're putting in chocolate. And the only reason you'd ever buy that is to I guess as a gift for your wife or girlfriend. I mean, they must be a very shallow woman if they're really enthralled by a gimmicky candy bar. But this has something different. It has flavors which you won't find anywhere else. Now, granted, it's become sort of a victim of going viral. When things go viral, they tend to have too much spotlight on them. And I'm being the cynic I am. When something it becomes too popular, I try to find a reason why it shouldn't be. And here I think that it's a good chocolate. It's a good chocolate. But I don't think it needs to or it deserves the insane amount of praise that's going around for it around the world. Now, most things which go viral have nothing of value to provide. This has a lot of value to provide. I believe it is a very solid, very good chocolate bar. And if you have the money to spend on chocolate, like something this expensive, I do believe it's worth a try. I don't think I'd ever buy this again. Not because it's not good, but it's because it's too complicated. I mean, it's just too complex for me. I prefer my complexity to come in from the coca itself rather than other additives to it. I prefer sort of like an espresso more than a Starbucks frappuccino or whatever, or just a really nice cappuccino. So this doesn't suit me personally, but I think it could suit you guys, and you should try it if you get a chance. It is very expensive. It is a very expensive chocolate bar. 260 rupees is nothing to scoff at. And it's actually more expensive than something I would expect from Karachi Bakery. I didn't expect them to have something this expensive. But then again, it is a product which no one else has. I don't think anyone in India is selling this chocolate. I mean, I haven't seen any. And especially coming from someone so reputed like Karachi Bakery, I think it has a good reason to be expensive. So it's not unjustified the price. It is just expensive. So you guys should try it if you're willing to spend the money, and you will enjoy it. The texture is very unique. You're not gonna find a texture anywhere. Even with Cadbury Silk's, extreme amounts of gimmickness that they put in the chocolate, they won't have anything that comes near this. They're more exceedingly sweet chocolate. I feel like the sweetness in this is much more balanced. Sweetness is naturally important for chocolate, but it can be overpowering. And when it overpowers the subtleness of the coca or the other additives, I think it just reduces the overall experience. I like the pista in here. I do like pista. It's one of my favorite nuts to eat. I didn't expect this to be saltier. Usually pista you get them pre-salted, right? So I thought this would be a bit saltier, but it's not. But yeah, this is a very good chocolate bar, and you guys should absolutely try it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any requests for me to review anything, please tell me in the comment section down below, and I will try my absolute best to find these products and review them.